Coming up on Takedown with Chris Hansen.
How you doing? Should have a seat right over there on that couch.
In Livingston Parish, Louisiana, this man says he's trying to do my job.
So you were trying to catch a predator by doing your own reverse sting?
Yes.
But his story isn't adding up.
So you thought you were walking into a sting?
Yeah, no, I know.
Why did you show up then?
And his concerned citizen excuse is going to land him in cuffs.
So I was looking for someone like Chris Hansen that could help.
Well, I am the Chris Hansen.
I hope you're enjoying this free full episode of Takedown on our YouTube channel. But there's something you need to know. There are literally hundreds of new episodes either in production or on our streaming channel right now, uncensored, all on WatchTruBlu.com. Use the code YouTube26 to watch all of the episodes for $2.50, or for an annual subscription, use YouTube Year for $20 off. Also, and this is very important, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you on TruBlu. I'm back in Livingston Parish, Louisiana, with Sheriff Jason Ard and his team. A sheriff's office detective is online posing as a 16-year-old boy. He's having a disturbing text conversation with a man looking to meet for sex. I get caught up on the messages.
Tell me about the chat and what we know about this fella.
He reached out to me on a dating app, just general chat. You know, he said he was chilling for a little bit before, or we just got in from work and was chilling for a little bit. Asked what I was doing, and then he quit talking for a little bit, and he come back, said he was busy doing some stuff, and then we just started talking, and he wanted to swap pictures, so we sent him a picture, and he sent a picture.
In what specific sexually did he talk about with you?
Just while we were talking, I told him that I was a virgin, and he said that was okay with him. He told me that he was in his 20s, and he'd only done something with someone 2 years younger than I am now, but mostly older guys. So he said that he wanted to go as far as we could. He wanted to be me to be a bottom, and he wanted us to perform oral on each other.
So he said that he had had sex once before with a boy who was 2 years younger than the decoy, which would mean he would have had sex with somebody who was 14, he said.
Yes, sir.
And this boy in this scenario is 16.
Yes.
And he's in his 20s.
Yes, sir.
And do we know anything about him?
Other than he lives somewhere around here, he never said what he did for work.
Got it. Do we know a name?
No, sir. He never did give me his name.
So it's a fast-moving, anonymous type of thing?
Yes, sir.
Except for the exchange of the ages?
Yes, sir.
And he's clearly crossed the threshold here?
Yes, sir. He, even after, he knows I'm a virgin, he said he wanted to perform oral on each other. I told him I was home alone, and he's, he just texted and said he's on his way.
Okay. All right, we shall see. Perfect.
With the address given out, the man could arrive at any moment. Everyone at the Sting House is set up. I duck behind a wall in the kitchen. We keep a close eye on the monitors. The man seems to be lost, so the decoy heads outside to meet him.
That's kind of a dumbass.
Huh?
Is that kind of a dumbass?
Why?
Is that fucking just went to the wrong place?
Oh, you good? You're on still on the couch or what?
Sure.
Alright. I'll leave it here real quick, okay?
And that's the cue to make my quick entrance.
How you doing? Should have a seat right over there on that couch. Keep your hands out of your pockets, please. Scooch over there. Right there. How you doing? Good. What's your name?
My
Hmm?
name's Devin.
Kevin?
Yes, sir.
Kevin. And Kevin, what are you doing here tonight? Help me out.
Um,
How old are you, Kevin?
Huh.
How old are you?
I'm 20,
20, 20 what?
22.
22. And what do you do for a living, Kevin?
I'm unemployed.
You're unemployed.
Yes, sir.
Where do you live?
Huh?
Where do you
in,
live?
Denham.
Denham?
Yes.
In a house or apartment, or
No.
you
I
seem
just live in like friends' houses and
friends'
stuff.
houses,
Yes, sir.
and you have a motorcycle?
Oh yes, that's just how I get around.
That's how you get around. What kind of motorcycle do you have?
It's just like a regular motorcycle.
What's the model, make?
I would say
Honda?
no, it's just a Yamaha.
Yamaha. Okay. Well, Kevin, tell me about what led you to come here tonight.
I was kind of like I've been noticing like people in like the gay dating apps are
Right.
like trying to meet up with young people,
Right.
and I'm trying to stop it and stuff.
Okay. So you
Explain stuff.
became aware of people trying to meet underage.
Yeah, and I was trying to meet someone that set up like secret meetings and stuff, and like help catch people that do that type of thing and stop it and stuff.
So you were trying to catch a predator,
Yeah, basically.
sort of, but by doing your own reverse sting.
No, not my own reverse thing. Just like I've literally seen it. Like I've experienced it before. Like when I was younger, when I was like 15 or 16, I like met with people, and like I've just ever since I've gotten older, I realized how wrong it was and stuff.
Right.
Like, I wanted to find someone. So that's why like I met this like situation. It was obviously like a catch a predator situation.
Right.
I participated.
Right. So you wanted to be a part of the solution.
Yeah, genuine.
And have you seen To Catch a Predator before on TV?
Yeah, no, I have.
Have you seen the most recent version called Takedown with Chris Hansen?
Yes.
It's on the TruBlu network. You've seen that?
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't have cable anymore or anything because like it's so expensive and stuff. But like,
Well, it's streaming. You
Whenever
can
I
get it on your phone.
oh yeah, no, I don't watch TV or anything like
Okay.
that.
But you're aware of the franchise. You're aware
Yeah.
of the investigation. During your conversation online, you talked about having sex with this boy, the boy you came to visit tonight.
Yes, no, that was all just saying it's like whatever the person just wanted to hear and stuff. Like it's not.
But you
it's
talked,
not
Kevin, you talked about having oral sex, and you talked about one of you being the bottom, which means
Yeah,
anal
no,
sex.
that's what, like I said, I knew this situation was like a catch a predator situation.
So
Like,
you
not-
thought you were walking into a sting?
Yeah, no, I know.
Why did you show up then, Kevin?
Because that's what I was saying. I wanted to talk about the situation and like help to like stop future people. Like, cause I don't do that. Like I have like girls and stuff. I talk to females and stuff. Man, like I'm bisexual. Like I only like sexually speak. I'm kind of flustered.
Yeah.
I'm
kind of
only-
confused, Kevin, by your story, to be honest with you. So you date girls, but you go online to pretend to have sex with guys to protect them from actually having sex with other guys. Is that
No.
Okay.
I want them to have sex with guys their age and stuff.
right?
I just genuinely want them to not try to go after, older gentlemen like in their 20s, in their 30s, in their 40s.
Right.
Stuff like
Sort
that.
of like you with
Like-
this boy tonight.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. I never came here with the intentions of doing anything. I just simply want to stop this type of situation and like, become a part of a program to catch people that are.
But there are a lot of other ways to do that besides show up to a place where you think a boy is home alone. You park your motorcycle pretty far away, and then you kind of sneak over here to try not to be detected. That's the way it looks. And to
I mean,
me,
yeah, that's how it looks. But genuinely, it's like I already knew from before. I just knew like signs to look for.
Yeah.
like a sting situation. And I knew that's exactly what this was. I genuinely know.
But that doesn't make sense to me, Kevin. It really doesn't. It seems like the reality is that you came over here to have sex with a boy.
No, I genuinely did.
I know, but that's what the conversation was, Kevin.
Yeah,
You see how this looks, right?
yes.
And so the way it looks is that you got into a chat with a teenage boy. You're 20 or however old you are, and you came over here to have sex with the boy.
No, I genuinely didn't. It was all just messages as an act to just like when someone tells you that they're not 18, you just leave the situation alone and just take.
Right. Well, why would you not leave the situation alone and not even come over here then?
Well, because I knew, like, I was reading the messages, and then I'm not gonna lie, the like beginning parts of the message I understood, like it was becoming into the sting, and I knew I was like, okay, this is a sting, this is what I've wanted to, because I just blocked every other member that was always said, like, because there's other accounts that like have messaged me first.
Right.
And stuff.
Well, see, I don't think that makes any sense, Kevin. It doesn't make sense to me. I've been doing this a long time. And I'm Chris Hansen, and we do stories on men who try to sexually exploit children.
Sure.
And it is apparent to me that that's exactly what you were trying to do tonight, or at least that's what the evidence indicates.
That wasn't what I was trying to do.
I know, but you see how this looks, right?
I understand how
Your story is a bit flimsy.
I understand.
So what do you think should happen?
You can do whatever you would like.
Did you bring condoms with you?
No, sir.
You're sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is there anything you want people to know, Kevin, about your situation tonight?
No, I genuinely want to help and like prevent, like, because there are people that they get it like happen to them, and they get like, abducted, and it wasn't that I wanted to do anything. I genuinely.
Said he was a virgin.
Huh?
He's, this boy could have been a virgin and could have been very damaged by what you were going to do to him tonight.
Yes, I was a virgin, and so I was looking for someone like Chris Hansen that could help solve.
And so you thought I was going to be here tonight, and maybe I could help you.
Well, not specifically, literally the Chris Hansen.
Right. Well, I am the Chris Hansen.
Right.
And
yes, sir.
The only help I can give you is to turn you over to authorities here. Have you ever been in trouble with the law before, Kevin?
No.
No. All right. Well, tonight, unfortunately for you, you're going to be in trouble with the law. This is Sheriff Jason Hard and the men from the Livingston Parish Sheriff's Office, and they're going to take it from here.
Yes, sir.
Turn around.
No, I was genuinely trying to help. Like,
Do you have anything in your pockets?
I have my motorcycle keys and my phone.
A who?
Huh?
A what?
I said my motorcycle keys and my phone.
So to hear Kevin tell it, he actually thought he was walking into one of my stings before he got here. And he was going to ask me how to get help. Now, none of this makes a lot of sense. Captain Bowden leads Kevin outside to await transport to the Livingston Parish Jail. Back in the sting house, detectives go through the man's backpack and make an alarming discovery.
Was it loaded?
Not one in the chamber, it was the magazines that it was in.
Bringing a firearm to meet a minor is always unsettling. Outside, Captain Bowden is having his own conversation with Kevin.
So just want to let you know, we take it serious here in Livingston Parish about people exploiting children. Okay?
Yes, sir. I was exploited.
Listen to me. I understand, but if you're going to be a predator, Livingston Parish ain't the place for you.
Yes, sir.
Sheriff, what does that say to you? Loaded
Look,
gun
man.
in his pack.
Guns are never good.
Not in this situation.
No, not in this situation at all. And obviously he was on something. We could tell he was not in his right mind. And he has a weapon in his little backpack that was with him. These are the type of situations that get scary very quickly.
Now, in Louisiana, there are relatively easy laws when it comes to carrying a concealed weapon, but in the commission of a felony like this, it's got to give you pause.
Oh yeah, this is the type of things where you don't know what's going to happen, where this could turn to. If this would have been an actual 16-year-old boy here, what would have happened? If he wouldn't have maybe complied with this guy, you know, he brought a gun for a reason.
I read the chat.
Yes, sir. I understand you read the chats, but what I understood what was happening.
Do you think what you said to that young kid in those chats was appropriate?
No, I knew it wasn't a young kid, sir. Like what I was telling Mr. Hansen. I understand how like chats work and stuff, and like I know how human like typing stuff works, and I knew that there was other people looking at the chats and like what the responses were and how it was leading on to like the next question and the next situation. And I understand that wasn't a genuine interaction. And what I'm trying to say is like I wanna help like stop it. Like I'm not.
If your intention was to help stop it, why not call law enforcement if you think a child is being exploited? Instead
I just
of
don't
showing up here and talking about it.
Yes, sir.
And parking your motorcycle a block and a half away so you don't disturb the neighbors.
Yes, sir. I understand how it works.
It's pretty bad.
Yes.
His real name is Devin.
Mr. Devin wasn't given his real name.
No, and not his real age either. It says his date of birth is 2000, so he would have been 25 years old. 25 years old just last month.
Come here and hook up with a 16-year-old boy. So Devin got all kind of secrets.
I don't like support that type of stuff. Like everyone I've ever like had messed with me.
You know what? We don't either. That's why you're going to jail tonight.
Yes, sir.
Devin is being charged with indecent behavior with a juvenile and computer-aided solicitation of a minor. We'll keep you posted on the case against him. Taking matters into your own hands when it comes to investigating potential child predators or contacting potential victims is never a responsible or wise action. Sheriff Jason Ard and I know that he still committed serious crimes in Livingston Parish.
Is there any way he could be telling the truth? Yeah.
It's so unreal just listening to his excuses, and he's gonna catch a predator himself. Parks his bike in the dark, sneaks up here, and I mean, he sometimes you couldn't even understand what he was saying. But I don't know, it's very, very scary type of fella here. He knew what he was doing here. I mean, he did the whole routine. He's been having the conversation. He's coming up here to hook up with a 16-year-old boy.
And he parked his motorcycle pretty far away from this particular residence.
He did, and walked a good distance, and to come up here and meet what he believed to be a 16-year-old boy. So again, he knew what he was doing, but he flipped the script like most of them do, tried to flip the script anyway, and now he's the victim. He's up here trying to help you, Chris Hansen, and me, Sheriff Jason Ard, help us catch a predator.
Doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense at all. He knew what he was doing, but anyway, he got caught.
Now he's going to face the consequences.
Consequences. Headed to my hotel.
What message do these investigations send to your community?
They're out here. They're everywhere. And there's no rhyme or reason. But at the end of the day, I hope the residents and citizens understand that we need to take this thing serious. If this would have been a 16-year-old boy, these are the type of people out there looking for them. 14-year-old girl, 15-year-old girl, these type of people are looking for them. Predators are out there. They're everywhere. This is a big deal, and I just want to educate our community on what's going on out here. And at the end of the day, I want to educate the predators of where Livingston Parish is. And when you come here looking for these young victims, you're going to find us, or we're going to find you either way. And they need to know that.
WatchTruBlu.com is home to the full library of Takedown with Chris Hansen true crime documentaries and exclusive investigations. To hear more about the men caught in my predator investigations, listen to my podcast, Predators I've Caught with Chris Hansen. In this series, I dig deep inside the crimes, inside the minds of the predators, and I'll tell you where they are today. Predators I've Caught, available wherever you get your podcasts.